My name is The Wait Is Over, and welcome to Slay the Spire with the third character, who I've already done the hard yards of unlocking, even though I have 600 hours in this game and like a couple hundred wins with each character. I still had to win one more run with the Silent in order to unlock the Defect. HP 75 out of 75, gold 99, does not start with any significantly different stats, considering we have 70 and 80 as starting HP, as well as 99 gold on each of them. A combat automaton, which has become self-aware, or rather, which became self-aware. Ancient technology allows the manipulation of orbs. Cracked core is our starting relic at the start of each combat, and we get two keywords here: channel and lightning. I have no clue what either of those means. This is my first read of this, by the way. I unlocked the character. As you can see, I have 0 out of 300 to the next unlock and 5 unlocks remaining. Every single card in the compendium is question marked out. I have no clue. I am going in completely blind, which has been difficult because my Discord server was posting so much about it. That's okay. As soon as I saw that it was about the third character, my eyes glazed over and I couldn't read any word. It was perfect. It's just like a self-defense mechanism against spoilers. So obviously, we're gonna get a little bit grounded with the character first before we start doing our ascensions. But even further than that, it's also important to note off the top that I'm not gonna be good at them the first time I play them. Maybe not even the second or third or fourth time. I'm mainly gonna dedicate the early runs into exploring the different kinds of techniques and synergies and strategies that might exist within the Defect. And then I'll do the same thing I do with pretty much all of my series, where I go away, I play for a couple dozen hours, and then I come back and go, okay, now here's all of the things that I've learned. Here's how we do it well. I'm so excited. Greetings! Yeah. Oh, of course, I don't get a boss blessing because this character's never made it to the first floor boss ever before. Okay, let's look at our starting deck. It's 10 cards. I like that. We've got 4 strikes and 4 defends. Channel 1 lightning. Okay, so this is another thing like the cracked orb. So the cracked orb is giving us 1 charge effectively of zap. And dual cast is evoke. Okay. Check out the zap first. Channeling an orb puts it into your first empty slot. Right? If you have no empty slots, your first orb is automatically evoked to make room. So lightning is a type of orb, I have to imagine, and it deals damage to random enemies. Okay. Dual cast, consume your rightmost orb and use its evoke effect. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be summoning orbs and then occasionally destroying them for an extra effect or keeping them around for a permanent, consistent effect. All right. Well, I'm probably going to want to dodge elites because I just don't know the character that well. There's a bunch of question marks, an early shot, some elites to dodge. Okay, what the heck is this? So we've channeled 1 lightning. At the end of the turn, deal 3 damage to a random enemy, and if I evoke it, it will deal 8 damage to a random enemy. I have to imagine if I evoke it, however, I lose it, right? Wasn't that what the other one was saying? Use its evoke effect, is automatically evoked to make room. So if something is evoked to make room, you have to imagine that it is therefore destroyed when it is evoked, right? Let's channel 1 lightning, because I think that might just double the amount of damage this lightning is doing, because this is 1 lightning orb. Yep, and it's dealing 3 damage, and this is another lightning orb that does 3 damage. So I have to imagine that there's going to be a lot of powers for this character that increase the passive and evoke effects of your different orbs. Let's also defend, because that's just kind of natural. Okay, so the effects split, right? So neither of these has to target anything in particular. Evoke your next orb 2 times. So consume your rightmost orb. Okay, so at the front. This would right? Would this not just deal 8 damage and then 8 damage and then I strike for the kill? Well, yeah, it did, but it just didn't target the characters I thought it might. Okay, Sweeping Beam. Deal 5 damage to all enemies. Draw 1 card. What's the upgrade? 8 damage. Okay. So it's like a thunderclap with, instead of vulnerability, draw a card. Aggregate, gain energy for every 6 cards in your draw. No! No! Please tell me this isn't a Thick Deck Daddy character. Every 5 cards in your... Well, Aggregate definitely lends itself towards a Thick Deck Daddy style. And Streamline. Deal 15 damage whenever you play Streamline. Reduce its cost by 1 for this combat. Oh, okay. So initially, Streamline, I guess 20 damage for 2 energy isn't that bad. But if your deck is thin enough, wink, you can play it a lot for very little. I'm going to take Streamline. I think that's cool as hell. It's also going to be something that is going to possibly push me towards taking the 2 elites on this floor. I'm going to take the down. It's going to make my deck less streamlined. Alright, we'll double defend and zap. I think it's important to just get both of our actions out there. Triple strike. Beautiful. So it is worth noting that the end of our turn effects will always trigger before the enemy's next effects. That's handy. Dual cast will just destroy you. Okay. Leap is gain 9 block, 12 block. Okay, so this is basically like a non-ethereal version of Ghostly Armor that gives you 1 less block or 1 fewer points of block each time. Skim, draw 3 cards for 1 energy and it upgrades to draw 4 cards. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. I think I actually want to take that. It's going to help me draw back into my Streamline. Like, I might be in a situation, in fact, where I can play Streamline and then draw it from Skim and then play it for free. Force Field costs 1 less energy for each power card played this combat, and it also gives you block. Oh, okay, so never mind. It's just super expensive, but if you have a power deck, it is super effective. Okay, we'll take a Skim, though. Let's check out the shop, see if there's any new relics of... Oh, of course, there's not relics, but there's a lot of really cool stuff. Draw 1 additional card at the start of each turn. That's interesting. There was oh, which character was it? There was a character I was playing that was a modded character that had effectively this exact thing. Like, it was a legendary 1-cost power that allowed you to draw 1 additional card at the start of each turn. And this makes it innate, but I think the other one gave you 2? I can't remember which character it was for the life of me, unfortunately, right now. Beam Cell, deal 3 damage and apply 1 vulnerable. So this is basically neutralize, right? But vulnerability instead of weakness. Yeah, it's neutralize, but vulnerability instead of weakness. Replace all channeled orbs with plasma. What is plasma? Plasma is an orb that gains energy. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. So that's basically just an energy generator at the cost of your orbs. I'm fine with that. I'm gonna take the flux capacitor, especially because it's on sale. And then there's also Melter, which is remove all block from an enemy and deal 6 and then 9 damage. Perfect numbers, by the way. That's actually really, really handy because there's a couple enemies that come completely blocked and then you have to deal with that. Although there are not enough for it to be a consistently huge problem. All right, well, we're going to go Flux Capacitor and card removal. Try and keep this deck thin. Try and keep it on a central core ideal. And the central core ideal, effectively, I'm going for is balance my energy generation from Flux Capacitor with my card draw from Skim, and then allow myself to cast Streamline basically an infinite amount of times. I think I'm going to need to be more defensive than aggressive right now. Transform a card? Yeah, we'll transform a strike as well. Doom and Gloom, what's this? Okay. Deal 9 damage to all enemies for 2 energy. Let me see, what's the upgrade? 12 damage, okay, so it doesn't actually lower its cost. but it channels 1 dark. Increases damage every turn. When evoked, deals damage to the enemy with the least HP. Okay, so I think if you channel dark, like you channel dark for a long fight. So we might actually like the fact that we have that because it'll be good for a boss fight. I'm gonna upgrade Streamline because, again, for a longer fight, it seems like it's gonna be useful. Doom and Gloom we should probably channel right now. So what is this? At the end of the orb, at the end of the turn, increase this orb's damage by 6. But it doesn't deal it until I evoke it? Oh, if that's true, that's garbage. Like, if it... Yeah, no, I need to evoke it before it does anything. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Oh. I'm actually, like, severely disappointed by that. So the Dark Orb is getting more and more powerful, but it's less and less important. Okay, they're now all energy, and at the start of the turn, we're going to gain an extra energy for each of them. Cool. Streamline. Doom and Gloom. Dual cast. Double defend. Okay, this guy has a ridiculous amount of energy manipulation generation. I'm still just learning. I've got to remind you all of that constantly. I am still just learning here. Strawberry, interesting. Strawberry has gained 7 max HP. Blast, you probably don't want 2 flux capacitors. Like, you literally just want to play the 1. Sweeping Beam, deal 5 damage to all enemies and draw a card. That seems like that would actually fit in this deck. Deal 7 damage to all enemies, gain an energy for each channeled orb. So this is oftentimes for us going to be free, is it not? And sometimes it'll be a refund. All right, I'll take Blaster. I mean, both Blaster and the Sweep were AoE. Like, Zap, Flux Capacitor. Cool. So then we'll Streamline, Defend, and Doom and Gloom. Unfortunately, because Doom and Gloom is going on the hard left, like, I'm going to need a card that evokes all of my orbs at the same time if I ever really want to activate the Doom and Gloom. I mean, Blaster is just free energy for me. Unceasing Top is going to be ridiculous on this character. Which is why I looked at the skim and... What the fuck is this? What is this? Double energy. Double your energy. What? That's... The fact that this character seems like it would have such an easy time generating a ridiculous amount of energy is why I looked at skim immediately and went, this is bullshit. This is insane. But the fact that you can double your GD energy, I think we take double energy here, and then we just stack draw cards in our deck. Just a bunch of skims. Art of War, if you don't play any attacks during your turn, gain an energy next turn. That's cool. We do a lot of our turns channeling things, I guess. Okay. A lot of the time, double energy is just going to be like a bad, what's it called? Seeing red for me until I have my orbs set up correctly. And also it gets better after I get the first boss relic. If, in fact, the first boss relic happens to be the one that I'm hoping it's going to be. I'm going to hold on to the block potion. It saves me 8 HP there, but I think I can get it to save more. Okay, we use Blaster, and then Skim. Then drop a Flux Capacitor. Actually, totally could have just killed there with a Streamline, by the way. Yep, cost myself 3 HP by not doing so as well. Good work, Ryan. 7 energy. I just get to draw a bunch of cards. I love it. Skim, skim, skim. 100% skim again. Let's go. Now, the cards that I desperately need to upgrade, this becomes 1 cost. That's actually quite good. I think Doom and Gloom is not something that we're going to play in this deck. I think we actually need to upgrade both of the skims. Because in a boss fight, I'm just going to set up a lot of energy orbs. I mean, I can kill the backliner, but then I take 9 damage here. I'm not too keen on that. But I'm going to set up a lot of energy orbs, and then I just need to draw, and I will be perfectly fine. I really wanted to set up another orb there. Just apparently ridiculous amount of damage across the board. Ow. Now, I can streamline Blaster for the kills, right? Yeah. Okay. Odd Mushroom, when vulnerable, takes 25% more damage rather than 50% more damage, which is actually going to be really important for us. Hello, world. Oh, go for the eyes. There's actually 2 new cards here. At the start of each turn, add a random common card to your hand. Oh. Yeah, that seems like a power that I may never draft. Go for the eyes, deal 3 damage. If an enemy intends to attack, apply 1 weak. So this is a bad neutralize, right? Yeah, bad neutralize. I actually probably could have taken the second streamline there. It took a second for me to realize it, but I probably could have, in fact. Kind of saddened to have no defense here. Yeah. Oh well. Couldn't have stopped that damage anyway. Okay. 12 there. So now I skim, streamline, and then Doom and Gloom. Beautiful. This is going to get insane very quickly. I just need some time to set it up. Hologram, gain 3 block. Return a random card from your discard pile to your hand. What is the upgrade? Is it 2 cards? Return a card. Oh, okay. You get to decide. That creates infinites, like, instantly. Right? Because you have... Doesn't it? You have 2 holograms in hand, and you use a hologram to pull an energy generation card that doesn't destroy itself, like double your energy. And then you use your other hologram to pull your first hologram, but then you'll only have 1 hologramic card. So it actually doesn't make infinites, but it enables other ridiculously degenerate strategies, like bolstering your energy ridiculously. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't think it currently fits in my deck. I'm going to take the streamline. Yeah, this could be a problem. I'm actually going to use my draw here, looking for none of those. Okay. I'm actually going to double defend this turn so that I can maintain my extra energy from Art of War for the next turn. Because I think I'm going to need as much energy as I can get here. I need to zap. I definitely want to defend, probably twice, but I'm definitely not dual casting, so I may as well skim first. Yeah. So it's defend, zap. Oh, yeah. Well, The thing about this is it was always going to happen. Alright, well, I have 2 HP left. I think I have some draws still in the deck. I do not. I do not have any draw left in the deck. And if I play the Flux Capacitor, I die. This is what I'm talking about. I'm not going to be good yet. I need some time to figure out what this character is and how to use this character. I was going to dodge all elites, but as soon as I saw the streamline and the skim and the energy generation, I got really narrow focused on just trying to do that. But I think that's something that is going to take off a lot better after floor 2 and after a lot more removals as well. We did end up removing 2 strikes from the deck. We removed one naturally, and then we had another one transformed. But it transformed into a card I didn't want either way. Okay. Ooh. Let's go again. I've got time. 21-minute episode, all on the first floor. Bull as heck. And no way I'm doing that. All right. There's so many good question marks. You know what? If I can fight one elite early, I can get a really good path here. Okay, dual cast? 8 damage to 2 enemies? I mean, dealing to a random enemy as a result of a skill. So this is interesting. If you have Juggernaut, for example, Juggernaut is the 2 energy power for the Ironclad. Whenever you gain armor, whenever you gain block, deal 3, upgrade 5, damage to a random enemy. And when you play a block card and gain block and it triggers the Juggernaut, then the Juggernaut does damage to a random enemy. It does not trigger curl up. It does not trigger on-hit effects. Will triggering an orb using a skill trigger on-hit effects? It does not. Beautiful. That's just a great thing to know because it means that, like, the only bad thing that could have happened was the back line got struck twice and the front line would have lived. Cool. Capacitor. Gain 1 orb slot upgrade for 2? 2, yeah. Okay, how about we... what do you upgrade to, Zap? 0 cost. Okay, that's unfortunate. Dual cost? 1 cost. Cool. How about we go for like a straight up Zenyatta build, right? Let's capacitate. Good card from our deck, sure. It is unfortunately worth noting that the capacitor is not going to be useful for me for a very long time. Like, I might be dead by the time it actually starts to help. See, this is the general idea. I set myself up with all of my orbs, and then they do everything for me. Weak potion. Okay. So, Channel of Frost and draw a card, or Channel of Frost and deal 6 damage. Now, a Frost is... gain block. Ooh. Yeah, we'll use that. We'll do Frost and Lightning Orbs. Oh my god, we're Invoker. I didn't even think about it. We're Invoker right now. We are 100% Invoker right now. That's what we are. Invoker in particular. Okay, Zap, Capacitor Strike. Now, I am going to probably have to use my Weakness Potion here. Two block? Wow. I don't mean to be ungrateful, but that's weak sauce. It's weak as heck. And it evokes 5? That just seems low. Alright. Now, strike. Had to be the Gremlin Nod, right? Ow. Orichalcum. Well, I'm glad that I got the Orichalcum here because I already had a question in mind, which was, is this going to trigger at the same time as the orbs? I have to imagine so. All for one, deal 12 damage, put all cost 0 cards from your discard pile back into your hand. That's insane. That is a deck enabler. I love that. Use the passive effect of all of your channeled orbs. Okay, that seems pretty good. What's a focus? Focus increases the effectiveness of channeled orbs. Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Let's go for allocate. Let's make this an allocate build. Because that's exactly what was missing from this. The ability to make our orbs better. I said that I thought there was going to be a power that would do it. But as it turns out, not exactly a power. It actually, it straight up increased everything by 1? Oh! But it applies to orbs that aren't yet done either. Okay, that's good. So if I dual cast here, I'm dealing 20. And then strike and then kill. Beautiful. So much to think of for this character. No. I don't want to go for any more elites though. I'm so deceased if I try and do that. Actually, along the same lines, I think I need to do an explosive potion here. Okay. Pretty minimal losses right there. That was a problem. Hang on. Damn it. I think Orichalcum doesn't trigger because of the frost. I didn't definitely see it, but ooh, FTL. Deal 5 damage. If you've played less than 3 cards this turn, or rather fewer than 3 cards this turn, draw 1 card. Okay. So it's just it's a flash of steel that can't be used for draw if you're already chaining. Draw 2 cards out of burn to your discard pile. Gain block equal to the number of cards in your discard pile plus 3. Okay. I'm gonna take FTL here. Blood Vial at the start of each combat, heal 2 HP, handy. So here I should cool-headed. If I believe that Orichalcum is going to trigger, I should just allocate. Which means I should strike first. Okay, let's look. Is Orichalcum going to trigger here? No. See, the thing is, at the end of turn effects, for Orichalcum's sake, always trigger. Right? So, Frost passive at the end of your turn, gain 3 block, is effectively the same as Metallicize. At the end of your turn, gain 3 block. 1 energy, uncommon power for the Ironclad. However, it is a trigger at the end of your turn, same as the Frost Orb is, and so is Orichalcum. But Orichalcum and Metallicize will both trigger at the same time, whereas this Frost Orb will not. That's unfortunate, in my opinion. I think that's a mistake. I wouldn't be surprised to see that changed. I might just be dead. No, it's okay. Aggregate, gain energy for each 6 cards in your draw pile, and lock incapacitator. Nope. I have to rest here, unfortunately. At the very least, let's get to the first boss so we can get a taste of a long fight. Blue Candle, curse cards can now be played. Playing a curse will make you lose 1 HP and exhaust the curse card in particular. Zap, defend, allocate here, definitely. I do the defense first because obviously I'm losing strength and dex every single time I allocate. Okay. Then allocate again, and then if I dual cast, that'll murder. Another allocate? What's it upgrade to? Ooh, 2 focus. At the start of your turn, use the passive ability of your next orb. What is next? Is that my rightmost orb? I'm gonna take allocate here. Whenever you play a power, channel 1 lightning. Okay, there's a way to make that really cool. Just make a power deck that has a bunch of, like, capacitor and storm. Deal 7 damage, channel 1 lightning. Deal 11, channel 1. Deal 4 damage for each channeled orb, although that's going to decrease over time because I keep lowering my own strength. Here, I think we're going to remove a strike. And I'm actually going to purchase a regen potion as well. I don't know how likely it is we succeed in this fight. I would tend to say unlikely. That would be my instinct. Zap, defend, allocate. I'm basically just gonna try and have 2 frost orbs and 2 other orbs. And just allocate the heck out of them. Alright, well, never mind. I'm gonna have 1 frost orb. I can see why they shouldn't build much faster than this, because if they did, you would be unkillable. Did that in the wrong order. It's both the allocates. Okay, 27 damage base. I don't think I'm going to start dual casting yet. I think I only dual cast if I have dual cast and another orb generator in my hand. Gain 0 block. Yeah, that's a great amount. So it just kills the first one and then replaces it. Okay. Or rather, it seems to evoke the one at the front and then replace it. Okay. $30 damage this turn. I am technically defended against it. By exactly 1 HP. Oh boy. Okay. Zap. Allocate. Allocate. Hell yeah. Well, we managed to get past the first boss. All for one, redo and fission. So we've seen all for one. Redo is evoke your next orb. Channel the orb that was just evoked. Oh, okay. So this is the frontmost orb, when looking from the perspective of your character's facing direction, is evoked for its value and then replaced basically at the back of the stack. That seems really good. Evoke all of your orbs, gain an orb slot for each orb evoked. That's going to be really, really difficult to get to work, right? Because then how are you going to generate, how much orb generation do you have in a deck that evokes all of them for their power and then gives you 1 back for each? So I'm going to take redo there. And here I actually just straight up need the extra energy. I can't take ectoplasm. I'm going to take the runic dome. Okay. I keep looking at this like, ooh, all right. Here's all the elites I could hunt. But I've got to remind myself, no. Crumbs. Well, this is defend, allocate, allocate, redo, right? zap, defend, capacity. See, the problem with this is it's going to be really difficult to set this up at the kind of speed that you need it to be set up for it to be as effective as you really want it to be. Defend, cool-headed, zap, allocate. Allocate, dual cast. Redo. And then, yeah, this should pretty easily sort everything out there. Now, when I say pretty easily, I did lose a ridiculous amount of HP there. So, yeah. At the end of combat, heal 7 HP, upgrade to heal 10. Yes, self-repair, yes. Oh my gosh. That might straight up save us. Okay, so the upgrade's 10, so we do need to reach that as soon as possible. Let's capacitor defend. Then we'll allocate and then redo so that we can deal some damage. Okay. It's a good idea to have cool-headed available on the board here. So I'm going to defend, allocate. And now it shouldn't really be possible to hit me. But we also really can't deal damage to the enemy yet. We just need to allocate a bunch more times, basically. If I zap here, I'm going to lose my Frost Orb. I definitely don't want to do that. So instead, I just allocate and double defend in the wrong order. FTL draws us cool-headed. Well, I can play cool-headed because it'll destroy a frost but give me a frost. However, it also draws a card, so yeah, I can allocate. I can also double allocate here and then redo, lose a lightning, gain a lightning, and then both of my lightnings activate under my opponent's armor. Okay. Well, I can dual cast here, in fact, because then I just zap to gain it back. Strike to remove some of that bladed armor. Well, allocate, redo. No need to dual cast. So this is effectively the state I'm trying to get towards. Which, as you can imagine, is a wee bit difficult to get towards this specific board state. Okay, we did heal by 7 at the end of that. Capacitor, Orb Lightning, Ball Lightning. Well, this costs you 1, 2, 3, 10, so it costs you 16 HP. What would it really help me with, right? Necronomicon would not help me. I don't have any powers, anything that activates like that. Enchiridion could be super helpful if it gave me repair. In fact, if it gave me repair or capacitor or like almost any of the powers I've seen so far, it'd be ridiculous. Nilri's Codex would be interesting. You know what? I don't think I do it. And here's the reasoning. I do have a regen potion to heal by 15, but and the self-repair to heal me a bit more, but I am on a deadline path with at the very least one elite. I get a rest before it, but I really need to start using my rests to upgrade these allocates because they're the entire strength of this deck so far. I feel bad about it, but I think that was the correct choice. Are there any, ooh, Gash. Deals 3 damage. All Gash cards this deal 2 additional damage this combat. Oh, okay, so you stack a deck with Gashes, and then you pull them out of your discard pile, or pull them out of... pull them out of your discard pile using the All for One, I think it was. anything that manipulates a card from your discard pile to your hand, including the one that just fishes for all 0-cost cards, and then play them all again. That's really interesting. I like that. Whetstone would upgrade FTL and Strike. That's not a great idea. I do think we need to remove cards as, like, our primary. But I think the second thing that we need to do is Regen Potion. Can't get Jax. That's fine. I don't even value Strength. And then here, we're going to upgrade and allocate. Next place, we're going to upgrade and allocate as well. So that I can more quickly get to the state I was talking about, right? Zap. Allocate. Double defend afterwards. Wrong order, by the way. Definitely wrong order. Oh, you did the triple hit on the first turn? You piece of work. You absolute piece of work. Defend, allocate there. Good, we did kill the front line of them. I'm happy about it. Oh, that was a lot of damage. Okay, so I can zap for nothing. Then I can allocate self-repair. I can even redo. Does basically nothing. Gives me some block. This guy's almost certainly not attacking this turn. Well, here's where we probably die, right? Triple defend, allocate, then everyone attacks and we die. I'll draw some cards, see if I can fix it somehow. Well, what I would do is double allocate, zap, cold-headed. Yeah, that's it. We double allocate. Then we zap, which is going to evoke one zap at the front there. And then we cool-headed rather, which evokes coolness. And we get 36 block that turn. That's really good. Backline had decided not to attack. That's really handy. Thank you. I can dual cast the frontliner one and then resummon it, and we're fine. Beautiful. Okay, the build is starting to work as intended. At this point, we should be, by my calculations, very close to unkillable. Backline could attack this turn. Didn't attack that turn handily. Will definitely attack this turn, however, so I've got to keep an eye on that. So we allocate first, and then we cool-headed. Okay. Still got hit there, unfortunately. Was kind of hoping not to. I'm actually going to start transitioning towards offense here. Because that guy shouldn't have attacked 2 times in a row. We'll redo, see if it hits the back line. It did not. We'll allocate. Guess I'll cool-headed just to get a bunch of block. Beautiful. Bottled Lightning. Upon pickup, choose a skill card. In the opening turn, it will be in your hand. Channel or Frost while dealing damage, not necessary, right? Because we lose all of our stats. So, let's Bottled Lightning. I kind of want to get Allocate, right? Just so that I have... Just so that I can get those off to the right start. Now, this is really unfortunate because I have the Blood Vial. So I could gain all of the bites, but I've already removed all the strikes from my deck, and I don't want 5 more cards in my deck because I don't deal damage with my attacks. Especially after I remove all of my strength. So there's the Prayer Wheel. Non-boss chests now also contain cards. So it's double defend, double allocate here pretty easily. They both decided to attack? Like, that's actually kind of unusual. Both of them attacking on the first turn. Wow, both of them attacking on the second turn. Well, at the very least, I know they both can't attack this turn because they can't do the same action 3 times in a row. Uh-huh. But still, like, wowzers. I think I'm gonna cool-headed here, actually. Yeah, defend, double allocate. I think I'm now... yeah, pretty much beyond reproach. Mm-hmm. Okay, good. FTL gets us allocate, and then we redo. Just to get some damage out there. I like this as a build. It does take a really long time. There has to be a better orb for this. I don't know if the Dark Orb is it, but I would like to see what the Dark Orb could do in this kind of a sitch. Especially with enemies that heal, like it's gonna take a while before we're on top of them like this. So we'll do cold-headed there. Then we can zap. Okay. Actually should have done the double allocate before I did any of that. Slightly larger effects. Okay. Beautiful. Self-repair. At the end of combat, heal 10 HP. Use the passive effect of all your channel orbs. Exhaust. I think Impulse is really good for us. Because when we have a large complement of orbs, at that point, that's actually going to be ridiculous. I would love to choose one of 20 so that I could see cards, but I need the HP right now. Okay, we'll defend, self-repair, cool-headed. Should have done the cool-headed beforehand, of course. I forgot the fact that cool-headed is draw. Zap, capacitor, allocate all of them up, and then impulse. Yeah, I think we might be dead here. Call it a hunch. I'm actually gonna throw a weakness down on you. Because if there's any way I'm not dead, it involves that. Well, not dead. Definitely not in good shape, mind, but not dead. Wow, okay. 1 HP off of dead now, so... allocate, redo, and then zap. Alright, 36 damage. I think that might be a little outside of your range. Just a wee bit, hopefully. You can see why we need the defense out of the deck, right? They're not doing anything at all. End the turn, enemy dies, hell yes. If you have 0 bot, gain 11. I mean, this is still affected by dex, so I still don't take it. This is affected by strength, so I still don't take it. Capacitor, weak. Do I need a second capacitor? No, I need to upgrade my first one. Well, the enemy is hitting me with the negative effect this turn, so I just artifact myself. Oh, no. I prevented the negative effect from the loss of strength instead of... Oh, crumbs. Now all my cards cost way too much. Yep. We screwed that up. We played an artifacting potion, or rather an ancient potion, which provides you one artifact, which prevents the next negative debuff to you. However, we forgot that allocate is a debuff. So it prevented me from losing strength, but it also then didn't prevent the enemy from confusing my character. Which is almost certainly going to kill us, like literally right now. Yup. Well, hey, we unlocked a card. Hell yeah. Ooh, 3 cards. Okay. Rebound. Deal 8 damage. Place the next card you play this turn on top of your draw pile. That's super interesting. That should fit in the Gash deck, right? Undo. Set your HP to what it was last turn. I like that. It would have to upgrade to cost less, right? You can't remove Exhaust on that. And Echo Form. The first card you play each turn is played twice. That's super cool too! I love this! So Echo Form is, I have to imagine, the Defect's version of Demon Form, Wraith Form. This is Echo Form, our 3-cost legendary power. And, of course, there's no other stat to manipulate. Like, Demon Form is increase of strength. Wraith Form is decrease of dex. Like, Echo Form, like, those are the 2 statistics. Like, paired statistics in this game. There's no third that's on the same level of them. Obviously, there's max HP, energy, gold. All of these are resources and statistics as well, but they're not on the same level. So this is interesting. I'm really interested in Echo Form. I hope, for the sake of how this card is written, that its upgrade is decreased of cost rather than increase of effect. Because increase of effect would still leave me feeling a little sour about paying 3 energy for it on one turn and not getting any effect until the next turn. But okay. That was super fun. Well, tune in next time when I'm going to continue playing this character, and eventually I will master them and get past halfway on the 2nd floor. Until then, my name's been Rhapsody. Your name has been The Defect. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.